to say this real quick before anything else. Yeah, I haven't been broadcasting for a while. A lot of stuff going on in my personal life I wouldn't like to actually bring onto YouTube as much anymore, you know, because I either get overboard and there's things that don't need to be talked about, or I get into a mojo where I don't watch my mouth. I get on a roll, you know, some of those rants. So, you know, things happening in my life, things that I'm actually doing for myself, and so on. I really, you know, am busy a lot and sometimes forget to make a video. But let's get straight to the point. Alright, so I get a lot that, you know, nowadays people don't want, you know, kids playing video games, and people think video games are like bad and all. They're not bad, it's just there's people out there that don't have a very good track record of being able to understand things. Like, video games are not meant to be stressful. They're not meant to be, you know, like making people act out the way the video game does in real life, you know, act out in real life like that. You know, video games are primarily as entertainment purposes. You know, they're there for the fun of it, you know. It's like somebody who has a truck, you know, has everything settled for themselves, you know, wife, kids, what have you not, got a full-time job, and then they get these video games to, you know, entertain themselves when they're bored on their days off or something, you know. Or, you know, they also have other things to do. So they buy a video game. And I'm even guilty of this too, you know, you do more than just, you know, try to entertain yourself. You get too involved in it, and you can get mad and all this stuff, which any gamer, whether it's somebody who plays frequently or doesn't play frequently, yeah, you're going to very literally realize real quick that even though you're a gamer, you might not play all the time. You know, you play once, twice, maybe in a week. You'll still get that moment where, damn it, you know, you start getting a little angry and a little bit at the game, which, natural. I mean, think about it. If you're trying to go for a certain challenge, or like here in a minute, I'm going to use this as an example. I can't access my garage while a mission is going on, so I'm stuck here. I'm literally stuck here. I have to use the car I have now. It's going to get shot up and I'm probably going to die a lot, but I can't access my garage, which I should be able to. And that's a game mechanic they ain't going to let you do. Anyway, so let's get back on subject. So, you're going to get mad at a video game for certain things, okay? And some people need to get over it. I mean, even I'm guilty of this. You know, no one is safe from the rage moments in a video game. Even a well-organized individual is going to get frustrated at this shit because they might be missing something so simple, or something just out of the way, you know, happens. So, I mean, just understand that video games are not meant to be the way they're turning you into. So, now for the thing that started this is, all right, I'm playing GTA. I'm having fun, you know. I'm doing, you know, I'm doing something like this, you know, and playing GTA, just having fun. And all of a sudden, I'm doing a challenge on my barcode account, so that way somebody doesn't get my actual real name. So I use a barcode to hide my actual name. Alright, so while this is going on, I'm doing a challenge, which is, you know, hold the briefcase. However long you can hold that briefcase, you know, you'll win if you have the most time holding it. So as long as I have the most time holding it, I'm gonna win it. Alright. About, I want to say halfway through holding, you know, playing the, hey, let's hold the case real quick. About halfway through it, this kid comes along and starts talking massive shit about how I'm a barcode and I'm just a little bitch. You know, I'm being a little punk hiding in the building. I was in the subway station, need I remind you? Yes, you can actually go into the subway station when you're playing Hold the Briefcase. Certain challenges won't let you get that far.
Fine. I'll meet you at the courthouse on Monday.
You know, some game modes won't let you get that far. Like, you won't get that far doing that. And that's a bit of a letdown because, you know, I like doing that shit. I love going in places where players think they'll get me and then Surprise, you can't get me. So while this is all happening, this kid starts talking massive, and I'm crap about saying, oh, he'll kill me because I said shut up. You know, I said, what the heck do you want, my soul? I'm doing something right now. Yeah, it's kind of my fault, but still, it doesn't excuse the kind of behavior he had. He instantly became violent and, like, literally talked about how he was going to kill me in the game. Which, my reaction, I wanted to say so much, ooh, you're going to kill me in a game where I'll die and then respawn. Pat yourself on the back. You can get away with murder on this game. That's what's supposed to happen, you know. You're supposed to live the life as a thug on this game. That's Grand Theft Auto. You know, you're breaking a bunch of laws, getting what you want to, stealing drugs and so on. That's the literal objective of the game. Now, some might even argue and say, well, that's ridiculous, you know, that's why you're violent. You know, in my case, my grandpa, or one of my family members in this case, obviously, I already said it, but, you know, everybody's got a grandpa. You better spend time with them while you got them, you know, so. And, anyways, back on subject. He's violent and so on, talks about he's going to kill me. And this is why I support the thing of being 17 and up. This kid sounded like he was at least 13, maybe 12, or younger, because I've had literally personal experiences where I've encountered a younger individual literally pretty much threatened me. You know, it's pretty much for me, it's a daily basis when I get on GTA5. They've all got this massive, overinflated ego instantly as soon as playing a game where you're a life of a gangster outlaw. And personally, I blame the parents, which I can't really say nothing. My parents let me play any game. For this one reason right here, different circumstances. They taught me at a young age the differences between reality and a video game. And if I would actually act out like a video game, my parents would whip me. Because at the time, Child Protective Services would be like, yo, you can whip your kid just as long as they're not bleeding heavily. Well, bleeding in general. Nowadays, you'll get in trouble for it. So I basically blame the parents. They ain't trying hard enough to teach their kids. Because had I been saying that stuff on the video game, the words he was saying, you in a straight, appropriate way, that he says, I'm just going to kill you if you keep talking all this smack, punk. Which, I didn't talk smack, I just said, first off, I ain't no punk, I'm in the subway station. Use your head and read the maps. Because I got mad. I mean, kids nowadays don't know what respect is, even if it hits them in the face. Alright. You know, it frustrates me a little bit. Because had I been saying that same stuff he's saying, my parents would have whipped me. I wouldn't have been playing my video games for at least a month. And so on. Now, I'll tell you now, let's just say I reported his account, and I literally told him off, like, dude, look, you need to stop talking so much crap, and this video game is gonna literally start affecting your life. You're gonna start getting lazy, you're gonna start not wanting to pay attention to school, you're gonna think gaming is more important than anything, and anyone else who thinks different, literally, fuck them, is what your attitude's gonna be. Because that's my attitude right now. But I'm trying to keep it cool and level-headed because pretty soon I'm not going to be doing this stuff for a while. For at least 4 years. Because I'm going to be doing something even more important that it's not for a lot of people to do either. And my brother's involved in it too. And it's going to further my life even further because after I'm out of it, I'm going to go to school. Get a literal master's degree in whatever it is that I'm wanting to do.
In case you were worried about selling these,
demanding. So here's an example. Me, I'm going to literally go to school for something that's in demand after 4 years of doing it. Anyways, the point I'm trying to get across is, parents, stop letting your kids play the games like what I'm playing. There's a reason it's an M rating and why it should be mature. You know, I'm not telling you how to raise your kids, but I'm telling you how to properly do it and make sure they're not being delinquents and everything else and getting video games mixed up with reality. Okay? Now I can tell you now, I'm gonna get a little bit of hate on this video because, oh my god, you're blaming the video games. No, I'm not. I'm just saying, for children that have never been taught, like I have, the differences between reality and a video game are completely different, and you act right out in public in reality. In your room's fine, act like it in your room or in the backyard. But don't sit there and go out about everyday life thinking you're Franklin and act like it and go stealing cars and shit. There's been a couple of incidences where someone's actually stolen a car because he played so much Grand Theft Auto and got it mixed up with reality. But I hope you all enjoyed the video. Some of the gameplays, I felt like that needed to be brought to heart, because video games are getting a bad rep nowadays for shootings and shit like that, and I think it's bullshit, because I've been playing video games, first-person shooters and everything else, violent video games. I've played the first Mortal Kombat on the PlayStation 1. Alright? But you don't see me going around taking a knife with a chain connected to it, throwing it at someone's chest and saying, get over here. You don't see me doing that, do you? No. I'm playing Grand Theft Auto where I can literally run onto the road, steal someone's motorcycle right in front of them, and then drive off with it without the cops being called on me. You know? Teach your kids these things so that way they actually realize it and act right. But nowadays you get these parents that have these kids and don't do nothing with them. Or you'll get some parents nowadays, like a family member I know, where they actually raise their kids right and the way they were raised. You know? I was raised literally in the middle. My parents raised me wrong ways most of the time, but the right things that I've learned came naturally. You know, there's some things in between there that I didn't learn naturally. I had to literally be told by someone else that wasn't really my parent, but my grandparent, or, you know, something like that. Kids nowadays literally just hand them a freaking video game on a device or something, whether it's console, PC, and there you go, they're pacified, and they shut up for a little while until they want a new game. No, that's not how you raise your kid. Mechanics. My dad didn't know shit about mechanics. So guess who I'm learning mechanics from? Granted, it's not exactly being as fast as going to college, where you literally have to spend most of your time, you know, doing that stuff. You know, I'm going out when my grandpa can get out, and literally he shows me what to do, literally standing right there. Like, here's an example. I'll give you a bit of an example. Alright, we got a boat. For some reason, when we use it, you know, we put these earmuffs on there and run water in there, it runs just fine. But when we put that outboard engine down into the water and take the throttle and push it forward, nothing happens. It instant dies. Well, we took apart the carburetor, and we think that it might have been old gas that we mixed in with new gas and oil. That could have done it, and I think that's what did it. It clogged it all up and stuff because it's old gas and oil mixed with new gas and oil. And that could have messed it, that definitely probably could have messed it up. Matter of fact, I'm at least 80% sure. But I'm not no mechanic like my uncle and grandpa. So I won't be able to tell, and they know. Probably know if it is or not more than I would, at least. I'm starting to think these guys don't need my help. But anyways, guys, leave a comment on what you think I could have done to better show this kid the way and not really like be so violent in a damn game. I mean, I'm pretty competitive, but I mean, this kid thought he could freaking handle everything. And after I was done with the challenge, I went back to my little apartment area where I always go in case somebody, you know, says, hey, I bet I could kick your ass in this game. I literally go to this one spot. As a matter of fact, since they don't really need my help, they literally got like 3 more boxes to deliver. I'm just going to show you where my spot is. I usually go when someone talks massive shit, says they're going to try to do something, and I just go to immediately. Before this video, hopefully before it hits 20 minutes and not to an hour. Well, I mean, I don't care as long as it doesn't hit an hour. Because I try to make these videos long, so if I missed any point, I can literally, like, tell you it before I get off. That way I know I didn't forget. Nice, and I'm actually getting some good money for it. Honestly, and another thing, real quick, while I'm explaining it, because I'm pretty sure there's some GTA5 YouTubers out there, too, that are watching it. Like, literally, y'all need to learn to keep your mouths shut when certain things come out. I mean, if someone finds a freaking glitch, money glitch, don't say shit. Because then, guess what? If this YouTuber sees your video, and if like literally a YouTuber sees it, they're gonna make a video on it. Then that video is gonna get a lot of views. Then guess what? Probably a lot of shares as well. And then the list goes on. Another YouTuber sees it, makes a video of it, gets 100,000 views, and then out of those 100,000 views, probably like 50,000 people share it. All delivered. You know what I mean? So, like, literally, if you're gonna find a glitch, keep it to yourself, or at least message it, and don't let. And if you message someone it, tell them how to do it and everything, or show them, let them know that, hey, if you do send this to somebody, literally tell them do not say anything, because if they say something or make a YouTube video over it, Rockstar's gonna see it and patch it. And then there goes money glitching. There goes getting 100 million or billion. You know, if you keep your mouth shut, maybe it'll go by 5 years, so long that literally everybody's got a lot of modded money. And if they lose some of that money, they can use the glitch to get it back. But we can't do it like that if YouTubers are literally making videos, getting 100,000 views, and out of those 100,000 views, half or all the people are sharing it, saying, oh, this is great, man, I know my friend who needs money. Well, guess what? You're also making it to where Rockstar will find out and patch it. And then that money glitch will be useless, because they'll patch it. So, just a fair warning. Now, this is the spot I go to. I usually, like, park my car here, get out, and then I just get up on this little platform here and wait for the shit talker to come by and try to back up his shit. Because I can snap to him real easy, and with this head glitch where I can it takes more bullets to shoot and kill me. Boom. They're gonna be shooting for a while. Meanwhile, it takes less bullets for me to kill them. But this is Christian Freeman signing out.